Bring it on. In Advanced Addition World, we will prove some basic addition facts such as x plus y equals x implies that y equals 0. The theorems proved in this world will be used to build the theory of inequalities. Alright, so I already tried this yesterday, and I got really stuck. In this world, I will mostly leave you on your own. Add, write, cancel, which is the theorem that we're trying to prove. ABN is the theorem that A plus N equals B plus N implies that A equals B. So what happened last time? I think we tried to use induction to prove that N equals, or to make N equals 0. Right, there's no numbers in here. I think you have to use induction on the N. So this first part is pretty easy. All you do is prove that anything plus 0 equals itself. Oh, but right, we got this implies in here. And I don't think we can solve it. Wait, what if tactics trivial will solve the goal for true? This is true. Will this do anything? No. What about what else? A equals B implies A equals B. I know I can intro H, and that separates it out, and then I can use H to prove the goal. But that's how we got sucked into some weird spiral last time. Yeah, I can rewrite H and then RFL. And now we just have to prove the same thing again, but with successor N. We can use let's see, where is it? Add successor. Yeah, add successor. I think we can just repeat, rewrite, add successor, and that turns these into these. And we get A plus N equals the successor of B plus N. Oh, we have this implies in here. Wait, now we have an implies in our hypothesis and in our... Can I intro H? Intro 4? No, I can't intro. That doesn't work. I can't intro a hypothesis for a hypothesis. Or maybe I can and I'm just doing it wrong. The successor of b plus n equals the successor of b plus n, which implies that b equals b. It just keeps going. I could do this forever, literally. And I'm not sure why that is. Oh, it's... no. Wait, we already used rewrite IH. I'm confused as to how the implies works with a hypothesis. My hypothesis is that a plus n equals b plus n implies that a equals b. What hints would it give me? Start with induction on N. Okay, so I was at least on the right track with that. Meaning I'm still on the right track here. Because there's only like one way this can go. And now we're here. Oh, okay. Successor A plus n equals successor B plus n implies A equals B. Not A equals B implies that the successor A plus n does not equal the successor B plus n. This one's really got me stumped. I'm not even sure what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying anything at this point. Okay, we know that I have it right up until here. Right? It told me to start with induction on n, and there's really only one way that goes, unless... Now we've got a hypothesis with an implies in it, and that's got me all messed up. I don't know. suppose instead of this, yeah, that works there, because it's true. Our goal is that A equals B, and our hypothesis is that A equals B, so it's just a true statement, so we can cut it short there. Oh, I can use that without even using this. B plus the successor of n equals B plus the successor of n implies that B equals B. That's what we need to prove is true. We have A plus n equals B plus n implies that A equals B. A plus the successor of n is equal to B plus the successor of n, which implies that A equals B. How can I use this to help me? If we assume that this is true, maybe I could. And then this? Wait, that just got us back to where we were. Can I get rid of the ones? It's worth an attempt. No, I have the same thing on both sides. B plus n plus 1 equals b plus n plus 1, which implies that b equals b. That's... We're very close to having this. If the ones weren't here... I have to prove that this is the same as this. Plus 1. Wait. Don't I have a theorem that the successor of a number plus the successor of a number equals those two numbers. I think I have that somewhere. This is the proof that the predecessor of a successor is the thing itself. Is the proof that the successor of A equals the successor of B implies that A equals B. What do you mean it failed? That's like exactly what I'm looking for, isn't it? No. That's not how you use it. No. I thought I was onto something. The proof that the successor of A, this would work if it wasn't for N, and this would work if it wasn't for the successor. What can I do with this? Here's an idea. Okay, so I'm not sure if that's helpful at all, but I turned it from a plus the successor of n equals b plus the successor of n, and I've turned that into the successor of a plus n, so now n is by itself, and a and b are the successors. I'm not sure if that helps us at all. Would this do anything now? No. No, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, I'm not sure if this was the right move at all. We can get it to here, where we just have a +1 stuck on there. What does this one do again? If the goal is a statement P, then exact H will close the goal if H is a proof of P. No, it doesn't like that. What else can we do? No. Now we're back into that weird spiral where it just keeps looping. We don't want that. It would be trivial if I could just get this to look like this, which is what I did for when it was 0. What did I do the first time? I did the induction first, and that rewrote the goal with n as 0. Then we just added 0, which turned it into this, and then it was, and then we introed this, so we had this is this. This is more complicated. Is there anything I can do to the hypothesis? That's not a thing you can do. Okay, but the question still stands. Is there anything I can do to this hypothesis? If there's nothing I can do to that goal, what can I mess with here? Can I do anything? That switches, so that does work. But wait, I might be onto something else. Nope, can't repeat it. Ugh, how do I get it to apply to the second one? Hang on a sec. Okay, I'm gonna go back a bit. Before it was 1. I don't think that's the way. Wait, how do I do that? Wait, I did it not long ago. How did I do it? Oh, did I write 4? Good, that works. Could I possibly... No, that does not... Wait. No, yes, it did work. Wait. No, it didn't. What's happening? I'm not... Maybe I can't use H again? I can intro this. Oh, it's weird that it's not giving me an error. It's just... It's letting me, but it's not letting me. So no, I can't intro a hypothesis from a hypothesis, I think. Can I use this as a rewrite? I don't think so. No. Those will help me. No. That doesn't help me. No, it's got to be this. We have to use this somehow, but I can't use this. I can use it to rewrite, I just can't apply it until it's perfectly... Anything I can do from here? Nope, that doesn't work. Oh, I think it did apply to this. It got rid of both. The RFL. The RFL got rid of this hypothesis because it... We're just going to get back into the spiral where it keeps going around and around, right? That doesn't work. What is the difference between apply and exact? If P implies Q, P is the proof of P, then apply T at H will... No. No. And we're back into the spiral. I am so stuck on this one. I have no idea how to finish it. The first half was super easy. We got to here really quick. But I just do not know what to do next. We want to prove that A plus the successor of n equals B plus the successor of n implies that A equals B. This equation implies that this is true. We have this. We assume this. How do we use this to prove this? What did implication world look like? What kinds of things were we doing here? We wanted to prove that 2 plus 2 does not equal 5. I don't know. Wait. There's this. Only apply to binary relations, not to... No, I thought the arrow here, I thought it would switch the arrows. I thought it would make the arrow imply the other way around. this implies this. I thought maybe this would make it so that this implies this. They only apply to binary relations, not that. Okay, dang it. I thought that would work. What does this mean then? Right? I don't understand. I thought it was the implication arrow. And it was saying like, oh, it'll switch it. But it doesn't. No, that's nothing. This feels so close. But I cannot use this as long as these are not... I can't apply it to this until they're exactly the same, but I can use this to rewrite. In fact, I don't actually understand what I'm doing when I rewrite. When I rewrite IH, the A's become B's. We're rewriting the fact that A plus N equals B plus N implies that A equals B. So that's why it's turning all the A's into B's. That worked? Wait. Wait. That did something. Why do I feel like I've done this before? I must not have. God. That decide worked. B plus n plus 1 equals b plus n plus 1 becomes a plus n equals b plus n, which is... Wait, how? What happened? B equals b. Decide. What does decide do? Decide is an algorithm. Decide will attempt to solve a goal if it can find an algorithm which it can run to solve it. For example, a term of type decidable EQ is an algorithm to decide whether two naturals are equal or different. Hence, once the term is made and made into an instance, form A equals B, or it's not. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what it did, but it ran an algorithm and it figured out that there's no A's in this. How did it get the A back? A plus n equals B plus n. It took b plus n plus 1 equals b plus n plus 1, implies b equals b, and somehow it got... What algorithm did it run? That doesn't make any sense. Did it just automatically do a bunch of steps for me that I could do manually? What happens if I... Oh no, I already did rewrite it with this. Is there any way for me to figure out what this decide did? Because I have no idea how... What algorithm ran this and got this? I almost feel like I'm cheating. It just found the answer for me. What happens if I ran that before I did that? Now it takes me from this to this. Wait, it took me all the way back to this. We were here, and then I did this to it, and then the decide decided that we should go back. What if I get rid of this? It gets rid of all the B's, and then it decides. So I guess that was an unnecessary step, which is good to know, but I still don't know what decide did. I mean, let's just finish, see if I even can finish it from here. I think I can. I should be able to. All I have to do is rewrite IH. No, we're stuck again. We're still in the... Whoops. Yeah, no, we're stuck in the loop again. Apply doesn't work. I still don't understand the difference between apply and exact. That's not a thing I can do. I don't know what decide did. How'd you get me from here to there? And I still can't finish. Oh, that's not a thing. What? I'm stuck. I'm so stuck. I am so stuck on this one. I can't do that. I don't know. Why is there a line here? But I can't click on this yet. No. 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 I have absolutely no idea how to solve this one. I'm so completely stuck. So you can just use decide and it figures out steps for you. So we probably shouldn't use that because that's just... We discovered the decide in algorithm world, right? Yes. So algorithm world is a separate branch from this one, so I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have to use it in this one. It's just a shortcut, it's not something I'll have to use, so we won't use it. How did I get to that spot that I was? What steps is it taking to get here from here that it can't take from here? Somehow it's getting from here to here. What steps would I take to get from here to here? I have no idea. I have to use this at some point, right? Because the A comes back. What? Sorry? Wait, what did I just do? You can use a hypothesis to rewrite itself. That's something. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing. I'm not sure that helps us, but that's something. You can rewrite a hypothesis with itself. I did not know that. So now our hypothesis is that b plus n equals b plus n implies that b equals b, which I guess is good. If I rewrite this now, does that do anything? No. Unless... No, not unless we... We have to do it first. This does change our goal into all b's, and then we change the hypothesis into all b's, and I'm not sure that gets me anywhere still. No, that doesn't do a thing. But we changed it a little bit, but that's not really helpful. What happens if we decide now? Somehow it keeps getting back to here, which means that this is a wild goose chase. What steps could it be taking to get to there? What is it doing to somehow get to here? We do like a second induction? That would be absurd. But maybe. What would I even do it on? I don't think this is the answer. But I'm desperate for anything right now. No, there's no way that's the answer, unless it is, and then that is... Okay, I use this side, and that does some number of steps. That somehow gets this to this. What could it possibly be doing? It gets rid of this, but there's no new hypothesis. I wish there was a way to see what decided. Though I guess that'd be kind of cheating, but I don't know. What could it be doing to get this to this? Not that I can even do anything once we're here. Maybe it's doing this. That is what it did, isn't it? That's exactly what it did. That's all it's doing. It's just getting me back to here. We introed a new hypothesis, and then we used RFL to get rid of all of it. Now we're here. Maybe we should be here? What can I do? It won't let me do that. It doesn't like that at all. Why not? If you have the hypothesis, that, and the goal, that, contrapose H replaces the setup. No, so that doesn't work. Is there anything I can do from here? Our goal is now that A plus n equals B plus n. We have A plus n equals B plus n implies that A equals B. No, that's not a thing. I don't know, I feel maybe I am supposed to be here, but I'm supposed to do something else from here. Because the rewrite never works. Why doesn't it work? I still don't understand why it repeats itself. I use this, I rewrite it with this. This claims that A equals B. And then when I try to do that, it just goes back to where it was. A plus N equals B plus N. That just gets me back there again. Come on. It keeps looping. Almost thought I was onto something, but I was not. forget how. Hold on. No! What do you mean? What do you mean I was so close? Why didn't that work? Why doesn't that work? My goal is to prove that b plus n equals b plus n, and I have the hypothesis that b plus n equals b plus n. And then I use it, and we're not done. It's a nightmare. It never ends. What's going on? What? What's this now? That doesn't do anything. Why isn't this working anymore? I could do that before, and it would... Watch. I'm gonna apply H to the goal, and it's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna work. Nope. And we're in the spiral. I don't know why there's a spiral. Why is there a spiral? Why does it just... I don't understand what happens when we say to rewrite it using this. But we still got this, and I have no idea how to get... We're at the same spot, just in a very roundabout way. Wait. What was it? What do I do? Oh, right, just intro H. First you do that, and then you intro H, and then you... And we're here. This, I keep coming back to this, and I feel like maybe this is where I'm supposed to be. I just have no idea what the next step after this would be. And everything I try just ends up in this like loop where you like, it just keeps repeating. We want to prove that a plus n equals b plus n. And we have a plus n equals b plus n implies that a equals b. So when I try to rewrite it using this, I can do that. I think I see what's happening. I can try and rewrite this using this, and it'll do that. It'll turn this a into a b, but once I've done that, it'll still want me to prove that this is true. So I don't know. It's like I have to do something to the hypothesis. There's got to be some way to mess with this. There's no way to... I can't intro another hypothesis from the hypothesis. I tried that, it didn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Wait. No, that failed already. No, that doesn't work. A plus n equals b plus n implies that a equals b. What can I do to that? Wait. That won't do anything. Okay. I think we've been here before, but it's promising. Where can I go from here? Wait, if I use... Let me think. B equals B, and then we... Now it wants us to prove that A plus N equals B plus N, which we can do if we just apply H. Oh my gourd! I'm done. I'm done for tonight. I know I only solved one problem, but it was a lot. Yeah, no, my brain is well and truly fried. I'm happy that I got it, though. I thought I was about to sit here for a 2-hour stream and not solve a single problem. I got a comment today from a guy who was like, "Thank you for showing me this website. It took me all day I just did all of them today. It took me all day." I was like, "You did it all in one day? That's so impressive." Anyway, see you tomorrow.